And we are live and we are back. Let's go. I'm Cory, your host, one half of the FinallyFit podcast, and I'm back like I never left with another installment of Wealth Wednesdays here on the FinallyFit podcast. We discuss health and wealth, finance and fitness, and everything in between. And we want to make sure you save more and say less and keep making better your best. Yes, yes. However, my co-host Jordan went on paternity leave. We started these Wealth Wednesdays where I get straight to the financial information, no filler in between. And right now, I don't know what's wrong with my mic because it's like I'm seeing in the camera and it's not. I'm at a different angle than I normally am. All right. Anyways, we get straight, no filler in between. And I know y'all see the topic of today's video. Is the recession here? Is it not here? Right? Student loans just started back up. What's going on? Right? Car payments, repos, everything's getting out of whack. We transition out to panorama, right? All these forbearances, everything that was on pause due to the vid, everything is now resuming. Stuff is getting crazy. Where is the recession at? But before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, share and subscribe. Shout out to the YouTube algorithm. Make sure you leave those rating reviews on the podcast platform as well. Podcast platforms as well. I know y'all see working on the thumbnail. I told you I'm getting back in a rhythm. You know, after my son being born this year, we're getting back into a rhythm over here. And I know y'all see the thumbnail updated, the thumbnail, the engagement, all these things is increasing. And I know y'all watching the video right now because I'm looking at the analytics. I'm getting my game up. So make sure that like button, subscribe, shout out to the YouTube algorithm, and leave a comment. Let Jordan and myself know what y'all want us to talk about, what you think about what we discuss on all of the episodes. And you can also contact us on the socials, X/Twitter. Right? I mean, every time I get a link from X, formerly known as Twitter, it looks like a porn link. That's what it looks like. That was like every time it's like, what? It's like, whoa, what are you sending me? Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. All of our information is in the show notes. FinallyFit.live, where you can go to sign up for the 5:30 a.m. Monday and Wednesday virtual training sessions offered by Jordan, which I'm doing my best to work my way back into. We're almost getting consistently over 2 hours. No, I think we're at 2 hours of sleep. My son is sleeping about 2 hours now through the night, but we're trying to get closer to 3 or 4. So when it's my wife's shift, she has time to sleep. Before I go start working out consistently again. So once I start going back working out, I don't want to have to stop because I'm a consistency type of person. I'm a schedule type person. So once I go back, I want to be able to go and work it back into our schedule. So we got to get him there. He's not there just yet, but Lord willing, he'll be there soon. But before we get started, don't sue me, sue your mama. This is for entertainment purposes only. Myself, nor Jordan, or finance or fitness professionals. Any information you hear on here is for entertainment purposes only, and you need to do your own research and seek a professional before you take any action. We are liable to be liable, but in this situation, we are not liable. All right, we're liable to be liable, but we're not liable here. All right, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it not next episode, because technically it's gonna be Halloween. What do I do when I drop these? We won't do a next episode unless it's actionable when I record, but we're going to check in to see in 2 weeks what that car payment amount is. And as you always know, student loans, again, we're still within the first month. Data will probably come out towards the end of the year, if not the very beginning of the year, on what the impact is of student loans and restarting for everybody. All right. But let's get into it. We're going to go to good old faithful. Is it time to prepare for a recession? CNBC article. Now, who knows? No one knows when a recession is coming. They talk about a recession every year, and eventually one of these years it hits, and then all those people who are right who said it was going to happen this year. All right. Delaying big purchases, reducing debt, 76%, which is most adults are making lifestyle changes to prepare for a potential recession. Let's be very clear. There will be a recession at some point in time. That's just how the economy works. When is the question? It's published last week, October 13th, or really 2 weeks ago now almost. This is by Sarah O'Brien. Shout out to Sarah. Nice, easy name for me this time. 84% of adults say they're concerned that a recession is on the horizon. So 84% think one's on the horizon, but only 76% are changing their lifestyle. Sensational. Additionally, 74% said their concerns about inflation have increased as compared to when/who. All right, if you are worrying about job loss during a recession, be sure to make arrangements to have sufficient emergency savings, experts say. It's going to get real interesting when we get to essentially a month from now when we do the Black Friday / Cyber Monday spending update, right? We see how much money people spend on credit card, whatever articles come out about that. See how much people go into debt coming up for this holiday season. But yeah, they're saying, hey, everybody's worried about a recession coming up. So now people are making changes. But everybody's going to come out here and probably break the all-time record for how much debt people spent during this holiday season. It's very confusing. Majority of U.S. households are taking the possibility of an economic recession seriously. New research suggests, 84% again, worried about it. 76% said they made adjustments or preparing to, and that's by financial group BMO's latest Real Financial Progress Index. Number one financial adjustment is delaying major purchases. I feel like I had to start watching my old videos. We talked about, maybe it's something they release every year. This was number one thing, delaying major purchases, such as a house or a car. That's followed by paying down debt. The irony. This is when, like, I can't deal. Most people take out debt for a house. No, 99% of people take out debt for a house, a mortgage. Most people, I would say most, but a good amount of people are taking out debt for a car. But then the second thing people are doing is paying down debt. But like, just take out less or no debt for the first option, right? Delaying your house or your car purchase, which will de facto make you pay down your debt / have less debt, increase your net worth, right? When you pay down your debt, you increase your net worth. And planning to cut back on holiday. Oh, I did not know. I do not read these articles ahead of time. Cut back on holiday spending. Let's be very clear. Delaying a large purchase or major purchase is holiday spending. My goodness. And paying down your debt would also be cutting back on holiday spending because most people use debt for holiday spending. My goodness. The survey of 3,400 U.S. adults was conducted between July 27th to August 29th. Assumption is this year. It showed as well 70% of Americans are concerned about inflation. See, this is concern. They said their concerns about inflation increase. Let me just do this now. So I got it on wax. Let's see how stupid I look. What is the definition of inflation, right? Inflation has increased. Isn't that what inflation means? Right, this is an economic term. Inflation measures how much more expensive a set of goods and services have become over a certain period, usually a year, right? Inflation economics is a general increase of the prices of goods and services in the economy. But when we look at the definition, being inflating or being inflated, right? That's the first definition. So what's inflated mean, right? Increase. Being filled, right? Excessively or unreasonably high, exaggerated, right? In other words, right? Blown up, right? When something inflates, it increases in size. So like inflation increasing is redundant. Inflation happens every year, almost every year. Regardless, people are feeling less confident than they were a year ago. Oh, really? That's from Tina DeGustino, Director of Consumer Strategy at BMO. Adults are already in recession mode. Some experts are warning that one is on the way. They warn us every year, right? Recessions typically, right? First of all, let's be clear. We already had the two periods, the 2 quarters of negative economic growth, but what I mean, is the National Bureau of Economic Research, whoever actually makes that declaration, they just didn't declare it when that happened. Steps Americans are taking, again, delaying major purchases, paying down debt. I feel like I already did this article, but this is a new one. Is this edited? No, it says publish. Regardless, delaying major purchases like a home or a car, paying down debt, planning to reduce holiday spending, allocated more into savings, staying in a job they don't enjoy. First part of that, you got to keep your job. I mean, you can't just leave your job and be unemployed. People do that, but I mean, like, your job isn't for something for you to unenjoy. You need to make money so that you can take care of your basic needs. Then you decrease your lifestyle and put yourself in a position where you can actually generate money by doing something that you quote unquote enjoy. But like, if you got to eat, you got to do what you got to do to eat. Plenty of people out here doing what they got to do. They got to eat. Shout out to Red Light District. Anyways, the first part of that calculation is already true. The economy contracted, right? Okay, like I said, yeah, first and second quarter of this year, right? All right, Bureau economic analysis. Third quarter is coming out on October 27th, so in a couple of days. However, the job market remains tight. Unemployment rate is low. That's the one thing for the markets for a recession. Everything isn't lining up. Usually, unemployment is high as well when a recession occurs. Inflation remains stubbornly high at the same time. Right now, it's saying inflation is high is one thing, but saying it increased, inflation is an increase. At the same time, persistently high inflation, 8.2% over the last year, is pinching household budgets, causing the Fed. Yes, the Fed is raising the rates. We're talking about mortgages. They is raising the hell out of these rates. General ideas, right, making money more expensive to borrow when the Fed raises these rates is spending is going to be reduced, which in turn will slow consumer demand and ease inflationary pressure. That's why the Fed raises rates. To read it again, the general idea of the Fed raising these rates is that by making the cost of borrowing money more expensive, spending is reduced, which in turn will slow consumer demand and ease inflationary pressure. For those who are wondering why, the general principle behind the Fed raising their rates, that is the reason. However, that can also translate into job or income loss, which generally is the primary pain point for households in a recession. All right, if a recession occurs, it will be bad, or doesn't mean it will be bad or last long. Recessions aren't a good or a bad thing. It's just, again, it's like a storm, rain. It just happens now. Like, well, a storm, quote unquote, bad, hurricane, things like that. But it happens. It's part of the economic cycle. Okay, certified financial planner David Mendel's director of planning at Creative Financial Concepts in New York. And it doesn't mean you're going to lose your job. These things are all true. Or if you do, it doesn't mean you won't get another. At some point in time, you should get another job, whatever it is. Okay, yes, emergency fund is key. All right, is Dave right peering over my shoulder? Can you see Dave? Yes, baby step 1 and 3, emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of savings. Get there. Same time, he said, right, having a financial cushion in case of job loss is always a good idea, regardless of what's going on. True. 6 months to a year worth of income is what you, right? 6 months to a year. It's saying 6 months to a year. I'm really on the conservative side instead of 3 to 6. Excuse me. Bad things happen even when there's not a recession. Ooh, excuse me. At a time now where yes, inflation is going up, if you want to have more than 6 months, that's on you. If you want to have more than 6 months, if you want to have a year, have a year. I mean, at the end of the day, having a year saved is better than these people who barely got $1,000 who can afford $400. So can't get mad if you got 12 months of expenses saved. Can't get mad at you if you have that. Keep in mind that while your emergency funds generally should be in cash account, rising interest rates mean you may be able to find a better return of your money than you're currently getting, depending on where you keep it. Some Catherine Hoare, it's not Catherine Hoare, Howard, a CFP with Wilson David Investment Advisors in Aiken, South Carolina. Yep, high yield savings account, Bryce. You can get more, just a regular savings account, but instead of doing a regular savings account, get a high yield savings, usually get a higher interest rate. But always remember, you do have to do that 1099 INT or 1099 interest for the interest that you accrue on these savings accounts. Please remember that. Okay, I forgot to put it 1 year, like $15. IRS sent me a bill, said, hey, you got to put these $15 and like 6 cents. You got to send us $43.46. I was like, dang, it's a three times. The money's still in the account. Just take the money out if y'all want it that bad. Anyways, so just remember that you will have to pay taxes on that money if it's over, I think $10 is the limit that you're required to report. You already required to report it, but that the bank is required to issue how much your interest was if it's over $10. Bottom line is that if you're feeling vulnerable to what a recession may mean for your financial security, is worth adjusting. Right, adjust your budget. Oh my goodness, do it every month. If you listen to the Quarter in Full Effect podcast, you know to do your budget. My goodness. If you have the safety net, you can face the future more confidently, Mendel said. This end of it, yep. He also said it may be worth opening a home. No. See, this is, I got to go back. I feel like I did this article already. Like, I feel like I did this exact article. Mendel's, see, this is going to be a short episode. So I got some time. Where's Mendel's at? Where's Mendel's? David Mendel, certified financial planner, director of planning at Creative Financial Concepts in New York. This is creative as hell, all right? Now, my guess is this is not David's survey. This is the survey by BMO. So BMO, this is where it gets confusing. This article, the BMO is saying people are delaying major purchases like a home or car, paying down debt, planning to reduce spending, allocating more into savings, and then staying in the job. So essentially, this first 4 is just decreasing debt. That's essentially what the first 4 is: decreasing the amount of debt. But then Mr. Mandel's, David Mandel's, CFP and director of planning. Is that what it is? Where are you at, David? How can I find you easily, David? Director of planning. There we go. It's telling you, say, hey, It might be worth opening a home equity line of credit. Don't do a HELOC. That defeats the purpose. Well, you already got a house, so you can't avoid buying. Well, you can't avoid buying a new house if you're already in one, but don't do a HELOC. If you're trying to pay down your debt, don't do a HELOC. Trying to put more money in your savings, don't do a HELOC. Don't add another debt payment if you're trying to delay large purchases, decrease your debt by definition. Don't add another debt payment if you're trying to decrease your debt. And if you're trying to build your savings, because you decrease your savings rate if you have another payment. Simple logic. Back to the budget. Easy math. Take it out, but don't use it. Son of a... I didn't even read the whole thing. Mr. Mandel is saying... Not Manziel, shout out to Johnny, super addict. He also said it may be worth opening a home equity line of credit now and not using it. What? We're trying not to cuss on here, but nigga, what? This should be out of control sometimes. That's why, cussing is what it is, but what are you talking about, bro? What? Okay, we gotta go back to David. David is a CFP per CNBC and the director of planning at this is creative financial concept. This is a creative financial concept by someone who's apparently not only director of director of planning and a CFP, a certified financial planner. But how many people have a credit card, opened it and never used it? And if you lose your job, you have access to funds? No. Yes, take the equity out of your home so that if you lose your job, you can have some income. I have not been in the financial industry in over 5.5 years now. But to my knowledge, if you take out a home equity line of credit, why is there hair in my mouth? That's nasty as shit. Anyways, it's live. Build it as you fly. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. If you take out a home equity line of credit, to my knowledge, once you use those funds, you will have a minimum payment because you have to pay back that loan. Home equity line of credit is a loan. And Mr. Mandels is saying, if you lose your job, now you have access to funds. But if I lose my job, is it one of the main things you want to do outside of getting a job, right? If you lose your job, the main thing you want to do is get a job. But isn't the second thing you want to do is decrease your burn rate? But if you take out a home equity line of credit, you're going to increase your burn rate because you got another payment. Because if you don't have a job, then you have no money. You have this home equity line of credit, that's your money now, but isn't some of that money you're taking out from the HELOC going to have to be used to make the payment? Bless the Lord. Wait till I get back to child. This makes no sense. Do not take out a HELOC as your emergency fund, in short. Do not do that. Don't add another payment to your budget if you lose your income. Why? It's different if I said that, but he's apparently this person is a CFP. As a certified financial planner, a fiduciary, you should not be telling people to increase their burn rate when they don't have a job. And that's what this would do. Y'all need to come sit down with me so I can tell you not to do this. And then you do it, and then you come to me. And then when I ask you, have you ever worked with somebody before to help you with your finances? You're like, yeah, I have. That person sucked. I bet it did suck. That's why you're with me now. Anyways, you come out of joblessness with debt, but you be able to eat and not fall behind on other bills, Mandel said. Nigga, what? End of the episode. This is egregious. You come out of joblessness with debt. Let me get Dave Ramsey. Mr. Ramsey, I do not know what they're talking about on this internet. But you and myself, other people out here, we got more work to do. Do not, if you don't have a job, you lose your income. Do not go into more debt. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Go to McDonald's. We're gonna talk about likely next episode what California's doing with that minimum wage. Fast food restaurants. Don't do this. Don't do this. Do not do this. All right, end of the episode again. Oh my God. I got to watch some other Wealth Wednesdays to see if I talked about this. Delaying big purchases, reducing debt. 76% of adults are making lifestyle change to prepare for a potential recession. That's a big ass lifestyle change. You take out a HELOC so you can feed yourself. That's crazy. Do not do that. Again, Sarah O'Brien, appreciate you for this article. All right, y'all, that's the end of the episode. Make sure to hit that like button, share and subscribe. Shout out to the YouTube algorithm. Make sure you do those rating reviews on the podcast platforms as well. Again, my information as well as my coach Jordan information can be found on the in the show notes. You can find us on all the socials out there. FinallyFit.live, where you can go to sign up for the 5:30 a.m. Monday and Wednesday virtual training sessions by Jordan and his lovely wife. I won't mention it. I can't. She was on episodes. I won't mention it, but him and his wife do it. Pause. Shout out to Cam and Mace. It is what it is. Jordan and his wife do the training sessions for the workout sessions. Shout out to Cam and Mace. They're gonna put undisputed first take as soon as they break something major from a sports standpoint, because they're able to say whatever they want. Skip, Shannon, Stephen A. They can't say whatever they want, just FCC regulations. So they can't compete with them. And if you already seen the commentators starting to say more, let's call it African American, vernacular and short on it, just being a lot more slang. It's like, y'all don't talk like that on here. What they're going to have to do, hire more, because just keep it real. They're gonna have to hire more black people to keep up with Cam and Mace. You can't keep up with Cam. They're from New York. You can't keep up, and they rappers. I mean, they all-time rappers. You can't keep up with them. They got the gift of gab. Anyways, make sure that like button. Leave a comment. Let Jordan and myself know. We get everything is going up, but we need more. We need the comments. Please let us know so we can also have more discussion. And if people want to come up on here, we'll share the link. We'll share the link to the StreamYard. We can have a discussion. Love to have people up here and discuss different viewpoints on various topics that we've discussed. And again, like I said, this is health and wealth, finance and fitness, and everything in between. We talk about anything on here, as long as it won't, get us quote unquote canceled. We can't lose our jobs, but as long as you can discuss it on YouTube, we have no issue talking about it. All right. So again, we're gonna talk about I just had a brain fart. We're gonna talk about the $20 minimum wage is coming up. Like I said, I know y'all see the thumbnails. We're working on getting the videos back chopped up and edited and breaking down these episodes to smaller pieces on YouTube as well. So we got stuff coming, close out this year and going into next year. Next year, the goal would be what the goal has been since we started, to have the guest on. Now we can do it because it's virtual. We're going to get there one day. All right. But again, y'all, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, reach out to us and let us know. All right. We're working on building this thing up over here. All right. So make sure y'all remember to save more and say less and keep making better your best. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.